Hi, this is John Patrick Hickey, author, speaker, and founder of the Growth Center. Everyone has a dream. They have a purpose that they want to fulfill in life. Our purpose at the Growth Center is to help you fulfill yours. One way of doing that is through these video casts. So let me encourage you. Just below here, you're going to find a subscribe button. Click on that button so that you don't miss a single video cast. Now, let's go on to today's video cast. Hi, this is John Patrick Hickey. I want to welcome you to the video cast. Today, I want to talk with you a bit about self-discipline. Now, there's a scary thought. We all struggle with self-discipline. And in order to get a real grasp on what that means, let's first define what I'm talking about when I say self-discipline. Self-discipline is mastery over our bodies and over our minds. It doesn't mean that you never struggle with temptations or doing things that you know aren't the best for you. It only means that you're striving for that mastery. No one's complete. No one is totally in control of everything in their life. We all have our little problems that we deal with here and there. However, the principles of self-discipline are absolutely essential to a successful life. If you do not discipline yourself, you will never be able to discipline others. The person who can't control what they do cannot control what other people do. Leaders, business owners, people in authority must have self-discipline. Without it, you cannot achieve the purposes that you have before you as far as being a leader, because you can't help other people if you cannot help yourself first. Self-discipline is not an ego thing. It is not something about me first. Actually, self-discipline teaches us that others are first, and that we have to control our life because it betters the whole. It helps all people, besides helping us to live the successful life that we were created to live. Self-discipline in the body can be things like diet, being able to control what you eat, being able to control what you drink, being able to control your habits that will otherwise control you. You know, it's a strange thing. We allow ourselves to be slaves to our appetites, to our desires. We give in so easily, even though we might go through and, especially around the beginning of the year, this is the famous New Year's resolution idea, that we decide, okay, I've had enough. I'm going to diet, I'm going to exercise, I'm going to get myself into shape, I'm going to be physically strong, I'm going to keep myself healthy, I'm going to stop all the bad habits. And if, and that's a big if, you ever start in the first place, it doesn't last for long. Because what we're looking at is stopping things. And when you stop a bad behavior, if you stop a habit without replacing that habit, you will always go back to what you know. We cannot exist in a vacuum. So we will always go back to the habits that we have already known. That's why people quit smoking, drinking, overeating, whatever it is that they're going to quit. They quit these things only to go back to them in a very short period of time because they've never replaced them. They've never given themselves something else to fill those spots. You see, bad behavior isn't just bad behavior. It does fulfill a need that we have. It's fulfilling it in the wrong way, but it does fulfill that need. So if we're going to be successful, we have to fulfill that need in a proper sense, not in bad behavior, but in right behavior. Even in Scripture, it tells us, for he who steals, don't steal anymore, but instead work and give. Now, there's something that's replacing it there. Instead of being a thief, you're being a giver. The same thing is true with overeating. Let's say that, and I can say overeating because obviously I struggle with that myself at times, that when we overeat, we're filling some kind of emotional need that we have. And I'm not a psychologist, so I can't break it down for you as far as exactly what that is. But I do know that the answer is not to not eat. It's to eat right, to understand what you're eating, have your portions proper, have your appetites controlled, so that you're not doing something, but you're doing something right. I hope I'm making myself clear here. The important thing is to replace things. Same thing with our thoughts. If you're angry all the time, if you are racked with, thinking wrong things, doing wrong things, having those great arguments in our head that we always win, those kind of stuff that aren't good, you have to replace that thinking with positive thinking. You have to replace it with empowerment thinking. You have to force yourself, and it is a force, it is a decision that we make, that you're going to think about what is good. You're going to think about what is healthy. You're going to think about what is to the best to help you live a successful life. You make those decisions, and you manage those decisions every single day. A lot of people, I found, think that someday they're going to make this decision that they're not going to do a certain behavior and it's just going to disappear. Well, that's not true. You make that decision every day. Living right takes a conscious effort for us to do. It is easy to do wrong. It is in our nature to do wrong. And so we'll just drift off the cliff as easy as can be. To keep away from the cliff, we have to make a conscious decision every single day. And I know that you can do that. I know that you can make the right decision to do the right thing for the right reason. And as you do that, I want you to be your best. Love God, have good manners, discover the unknown, and change your world. We at the Growth Center are committed to helping you achieve your dreams and live a successful life. For more information on books and materials offered, visit our website at www.johnpatrickhickey.com. That's www.johnpatrickhickey.com.